Hi y'all. Today I'm going to do a demonstration and review of the RevitaLift Miracle Blur Eye Treatment by L'Oreal. I've already done a review of a very similar product, which would be the L'Oreal RevitaLift Miracle Blur. This would be the oil-free version, and it is an instant skin smoother that you can use on your face. I primarily will use it right here on this forehead crease and on these lines up here that I have developed thanks to many years of sun damage because I didn't have bangs growing up, and all my sunburns were right here, so it ages you a lot. This would be the eye version of that, and since I saw good results with this, I was really hoping to see wonderful results with this. There are several different ways that you can use this. One is that you can put it on underneath your eye makeup as kind of like a primer, and I've heard good things about it, and we're going to try that out, but I'll splice that in later. I'll try it out on a different day. Today what we're trying to do is what I did with this, which was put it over the top of makeup. All the different ways I tried and used this, I found that the most effective way was for me to actually put this on over the top of my makeup. If you don't wear makeup, if you are a guy or you are a woman who does not wear makeup and you just want to kind of blend and blur out some lines, then you totally can rock this with no makeup. But if you wear makeup, for me at least, it worked a lot better to put it over the top. And so today we're going to do that with this. We're just going to apply it over the top of what we already have on, or not we, me, what I already have on my face, and see how that performs. And then later on, I will actually come back and do this at a different time where I put it on before my makeup, and we can see kind of how that goes. I have been playing around with it, and I can already tell you that when you do put it on before your makeup, it really provides a nice soft canvas for your under eye concealer to adhere to, and it just feels really good. So I can share that with you, but now I'm going to move the camera in closer, and I'm actually going to apply this over the top. This is how it looks. It just has like this cool metal tipped pointy, slightly flat things, and when you use it, it has a slight almost like a very minimal peachy color, but as you can see, it's mostly just like a creamy white, and that is different because this one is clear. So they are different in that aspect. The directions tell you to dot on a small amount to eye area with fingertips and gently blend in. Apply daily on bare skin or as the last step in your skincare regimen. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to come in close. You guys, you already know I have these awful bags under my eyes. They're genetic. They're fat pads. It's not from not sleeping. It's just the way it is. And unless I have like between $2,500 and $3,000 to have a surgery where they actually pull your eyelid forward, cut down in there, go in and pull out the fat, which sounds horrible, these are just going to be there. No cream is going to fix that according to my dermatologist. That's the only way to fix it. Okay, so anyways, here is my under eye. You see what it looks like. Alright, I've got this, and I'm just going to start patting it on. Get right here in the corner. It kind of feels like it's all gone. See, I don't really have much on my finger. And I'm just going to pat it on in. Out to the side. I don't really have crow's feet. If I do, they're like tiny. But I'm just going to get a little bit more and pat this around and see. Okay, so you guys be the judge. Do you see any difference? Here we are. You can see my eyes. Both of them at the same time. We treated this one. This one is untreated. Do you see any difference? I'm thinking no. But just to make sure, let's go ahead and do this eye too. Tilt my camera a little bit. I'm gonna squeeze out some more of this stuff, like so. Lean in. I'm gonna get really close this time. And I'm just gonna start patting this on. Be very gentle. It does go on really smoothly. There's no tugging. I'm just patting it on. Pat it out on the side there. Okay. So, what do you think? See any difference? I don't know. I don't think I see a difference not using it in this method. One interesting thing that kind of mystifies me is they've put this cool ergonomically shaped little metal tip on this, and yet in the directions it tells you to dot a small amount to the eye area with fingertips and gently blend in. Okay, you would think that this is ergonomically designed so that you could fit this in. You would also tend to think that it was metal because, yes, it does feel cool, which is supposed to help with puffiness, right? Okay, so why go through the expense of putting a cool metal ergonomically shaped tip on the end of this baby when the directions tell you not to do this, but instead to apply with your fingertip? Things that make you go, right? Okay, I have no clue. Now, I'll come back on another day, splice the video in of the results used in a different format. Okay, so here I am. I have absolutely nothing on my face. No creams, no serums, nothing. My skin is clean, and there is nothing going on under my eyes except what is naturally there. I've just squeezed out a small portion of the Miracle Blur, and now watch closely. Let's see what happens. I'm going to move in really close. Do you see any improvement? Does it look lighter? Are any of the lines filled in? Like this line. What about over here? What about any of this texture issue right there? We're going to do this side now. This time I'm actually going to use the metal applicator. Just gonna put it on. It feels really nice because it's cool and soothing. Be really careful here so I don't poke myself in the eye. I'm gonna have to squeeze out just a little bit more to use over here in the corner because I don't think I quite had enough. Alright. Smooth that in. Okay. Do you see an improvement? I just don't think that I see a difference. I really don't, which is disappointing because the Miracle Blur worked pretty well. The other type worked pretty well for my forehead. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to test and see how it is as a primer underneath. The particular concealer I'm going to use is Amazing Cosmetics. And there are many ways to put concealer on, and I am just going to use my fingertip today. So I'm just going to take and dab this on. And I will tell you right now that that just really went on very easily over the top of the Miracle Blur. And as a matter of fact, it seems like I used too much, which that is about the amount I normally use. So I think it's actually enabling me to use less of the concealer. So I'm just going to pick up some of this and actually use it over here because I have so much on my finger now that I obviously don't need that much. Just blend it out. I just really feel like I have way too much on this eye now. I'm just going to try and transfer some of it over to the other side. I'm going to get in close and let's just kind of look and see how it performed underneath concealer. You can definitely still see those fine lines right there, that crease right there. You can see the beginnings of some crow's feet right here. The texture is still, whatever you call this texture, it's annoying. I say that it looks like chicken skin, but you can definitely still see that texture there too. I don't think this changed the appearance in my eyes at all, but it did enable the concealer to go on easy without tugging or pulling, and it also enabled me to use less of the concealer. So if you have an expensive concealer or you have a concealer that's kind of a tacky texture, then this might be good for you to use as a concealer primer and enable you to use less and enable it to also go on smoother. But as far as changing or blurring the look of aging in your eyes, I'm just not seeing it. I really am not. One thing that I'm curious about, when I used the other Miracle Blur that's designed for your face, I used it right here and it optically smoothed that out. And I'm curious as to whether this one would actually do the same thing. So I am going to just try this out and see if it's multi-use. If you could use it and maybe it would be effective on here, even though it doesn't seem to be very effective on the eye area. So you can see that crease, all right? And I'm just going to smooth it on. Did it seem to help? I think it blurred it just a little, but the effect was extremely minimal. I think the other Miracle Blur, the one designed for your face that's clear and it's oil-free, did a better job. So you can use this one, but I just think the formula, of course, must be different. They look different. So I just don't think that this formula is quite as effective as what they use in the other oil-free Miracle Blur for your face. Until next time, live beautifully.